Back here with the 2001 Monte Carlo SS. Engine swap completed about 4 days ago. Monday. Today is Sunday. Yeah, about 4 days ago, everything got completed. I know I dropped the engine in Monday, and then by Tuesday and Wednesday, everything was done. So, yeah, that's about it. You see the engine right now is running. It's purring like a little kitty cat, whatnot. Had a little difficulty. Had a few complications with the engine. I forgot to put in a very important component, which was only halfway in. You know, we're not perfect. We're human. We make mistakes. But the EGR valve, which recirculates burned off gas back into the engine, one of the hoses, which is down here, I don't know if you can see it through here, but between that black bar, you can see an aluminum brass looking tube which sits right there. That was halfway on and not all the way in, and because of that I had a vacuum leak. I didn't have any pressure in the engine. The brake booster wasn't working. The vacuum for the evap system was not working, and I was burning like a gallon of gas for every hour that the car was on. So that was very important, and I missed that, and that was very frustrating. But other than that, the engine is running good right now. I've had it for 3 days running, or 4 days running strong right now. So, you know, this is the update. I've had previous updates of the car. This is update number 3. I just washed my baby last night, but it's dirty already. You know, thanks to Miami weather. You know, it rains, it fogs or whatnot. But this is the finished final product. The MC is back up and running. 68,000 miles on this engine right here. It is a used motor, and I got it for a good price, $550. Yeah, $550 for the engine, and labor was on me. So, you know, it took me about 23 hours to get everything to how I wanted it. And basically, yeah, this is the finished product right now. There's a few things I want to upgrade in the engine as far as wiring and whatnot. And it's going to take a little time to do because I've been set back with this engine issue. So, you know, I got 2 new batteries that I'm trying to get. 2, not Optima. Optima is no longer the battery of choice for anything, you know, outside of extraordinary. You have excess power, you have Stinger, you have Kinetic. You know, Optima is just, you know, it's like a regular car battery now. There's more and better brands out there. You know, Optima served me well. Been using it for a while, but now it's time to change up the game. A few things I want to upgrade, such as battery again. The alternator, I might get a DC alternator. This alternator I got was from DB Electronics or DB Electrical online. It was 220 amp alternator. It charges both batteries, the one in the front and the rear. So it did its job, and it's continuing to do its job. I had it for almost a year now, and it's accompanied by a Stinger 200 amp battery isolator right here. You can see that. You know, with these two together, you know, you get the best of both worlds. You get to run the battery up front and the one in the rear, and they do not drain each other if you connect the Stinger isolator correctly. I might put in a secondary alarm in here. It comes with one, but I've deactivated it because it burned out my computer. So I took the secondary alarm off because it burned out the BCM. On GM, on Chevrolet, it is not recommended to use a secondary alarm in the car. It is not recommended to use a secondary alarm in your GM car because your primary alarm, which is the factory alarm, runs off different voltage and ohms and whatnot, and the power distribution that an aftermarket alarm uses would and will and can burn the computer. So that's what took place In this case, you know, the BCM goes bad, but at the same time, it killed itself because of the secondary alarm in here. When I bought this car, it had 3 alarms on it. It had one Viper, one Viper, one Clifford, and the factory alarm. So it was 3 alarms on them, and it destroyed itself. You know, I did not know that until it was too late. You know, the doors would unlock themselves, lock themselves, the trunk would release itself, and whatnot, and that took place. But again, that's the situation at hand. But again, it's a quick update of the MC, you know, little 5-minute video. Everything is running as normal, it's perfect. Got the HIDs on, fog lights on, both batteries in the car, the music. None of that stuff ever went away. I just removed all the electrical component in order to do the engine swap. It currently has 145,545 on it. You know, that's on the dash, and we're making progress right now. Again, there's a few things I got to change in here. I got to black out the interior. See my amp rack right here, homemade amp rack. Yeah, I try to do a little bit of everything, you know. You never know until you try. You know, I wired this car myself. I installed the speakers. I cut the door out, the panels, everything myself. What was the most important thing to me was my back seats going up, and I basically made the rack slanted at like a good, I'll say 70-degree angle. You know, slanted so the seats can go up so people can sit back here. And I got a custom box in the back. You've seen the videos. You see the flex. It's 215 CVXs, 2,000 watts each, 1,000 watt RMS. I got the Power Acoustic 5500 powering those, and then I have a acoustic Power Acoustic 1600 by 4, as well as a Power Bass 800.2x powering the highs and mids. And I have a total of 10 speakers in here with 2 8s, 4 6 inches, 2 6x9s, and 2 6.5s. So that's how that game went. And in the deck, I have a Pioneer head unit. I only use Pioneer. I got the same. I got Pioneer in the truck also, and I got an equalizer down there from Cadence, which is also the manufacturer of these speakers right here. But this project is coming along. It went along just fine. A few setbacks. You know, the engine took a shit on me. I don't know what was the cause of it, other than mechanical failure. You know, the pistons and all that whatnot. I kept up with the maintenance as much as I could. But yeah, you know, anything man-made is not promised, is not guaranteed, it's not forever. So basically that's what took place. But as far as the build project go, I have the interior that's holding me back, and I need to get interior intact because the rest of the car looks good. It will be redone again. There's certain things I want to add and take off of the car, but as far as the interior goes, that's what's holding me back right now. This leather, this tan leather and brownish looking setup. You know, this is a black car. It was originally a black car, but I don't know why they put this tan in here. You know, it would have kept it black. It would have looked smooth, soothing, or whatever you want to call it. But I'm in the process of getting this changed. I want it to be blacked out. And basically, it's a progress right now. It's work in progress as well as a process. That's what I call it, work in progress as well as a process. So the quicker the better, the understanding of all this stuff, it'll be done. Again, a few upgrades coming. This is the factory alarm, and this is the Clifford that came with the car, and that was another Clifford that I took off and threw away. But again, these cars do not recommend that you put factory alarm on them because of the computers in these cars. These cars run off of different voltage throughout the accessories in the car. So, you know, a factory alarm could give you 12 volts, while an aftermarket alarm will give you 12 volts of the same kind, but The difference in that is the factory alarm's 12 volt gets converted by the computers to distribute 7 volts here, 5 volts there, 3 volts here, and so forth. As far as the factory alarm, it'll just be 12 volts here, 12 volts here, 12 volts here. So it burns the computer because the computer is not allowed to use over this much, or that much of voltage. It's not easy to explain, but at the same time, I understood it. I read the paperwork. You know, if the Chevy uses 12 volts application, but at the same time, that 12 volts get cut down to different individual, voltage to different certain individual, applications, such as the door locks. Door locks get 7 volts, but in the aftermarket alarm, the door lock would get 12 volts from that aftermarket alarm. Therefore, it'll bypass the computer and short out the computer. You feel me? So that's what is going on. This was going through right now. I'm just trying to figure out what kind of alarm can I put on here without it burning the computer, and I don't have to pay $600 again for another BCM. Once the computer goes out, then door locks, door unlocks, door locks, door unlocks, trunks will open by itself. Your turn signals won't work, all type of nonsense. You lock yourself inside the car, lock yourself outside the car, you can't unlock the car. It's all different problems, but this is a quick update. I said quick update like 10 minutes ago, but the MC is back on the road, 60,000 miles on the engine. It's a work in progress. It's also a process. That's about it. Any questions, just leave a comment. Feel free to vent. Feel free to let me know what's good, what's not good. Again, this is the MC. My choice of speakers is kickers. My choice of mids and highs is cadence. And I got the power acoustic set for the amps. And again, Optima battery is going to be changed out. Optima is no longer my choice for music and whatnot, because there's better out there and better performance, competition grade and whatnot. And we'll see how far I get to it.